Hello there, it is me, Jack Stardust. This is my third time recording this video, so I'm probably going to do this pretty quick. Hopefully, it'll be helpful. So let's just get into it. So I'm going to be doing a headshot. So basically, how I like to start headshots is a circle. So just draw a basic circle like this, center of the canvas. And since I'm doing a 3/4 view, I'm going to draw a little axis, I guess, type thing to show where I want the character to be looking, which can be useful. I don't usually draw it, but like if you're starting out, it's definitely useful to help place things. So I'm just going to set this opacity lower and then make a layer above it. So I'm going to draw the first eye socket area. So basically, it's just a curved shape like that from the corner right here going down here, so just like that. And now I'm going to draw a line extending from this corner outwards, but make sure you're not doing a straight line because that would look weird. You want everything to follow this direction, so imagine everything's looking like this way. So the line's going to be going down like this. And then I'm going to curve it like that for the front of the muzzle. And then just drag it back to the corner. So now I have a very basic muzzle shape, but we only have one eye socket, so I'm going to draw the other eye socket just like that. Don't overthink it because this is just the eye socket. And please make sure you're sketching lightly if you're doing it on paper, because otherwise it's going to be hard to erase. So now that we have this basic shape, I'm going to do the rest of the head. So basically, I'm just going to bring the brow like this. Just going to extend a little bit and then go straight down, and then out like this for the cheek. I apologize if you hear any background noise. There's like a lot of stuff going on right now for some reason. Alright, so now I'm just gonna do this. Just connect it to the other side like that. And then you can hide your guideline circle for now. So now that we have this basic shape, I'm going to draw the nose. So the nose is basically just a curved triangle shape, so it's gonna go from the corner right here like that. There is a fire truck outside. Very cool. Thank you for a fire truck right when I try to record. Alright. Now that we have the nose, I'm going to just do a little bit of a detail on the nose. Like this. It's kind of like a curved, think of a curved M like that. And then I'm going to draw a line from the corner just up a little bit. Now if you want to do any details, like the nostrils, you can. You don't have to though, but I like to do it, so there you go. So now that I have the nose, I can draw the mouth. So the mouth, I'm just going to start it by drawing a little arrow type shape pointing up to this. And you can connect these if you want, but I don't like to, so just that will work. And now we're going to extend it to make a smile like this. Just a basic smile. And the corner of the mouth is like a triangular shape. Or you could draw a circular if you want, but I like to do triangular like that. Just like this. So now we got our basic smile going on. And I'm just going to smooth out the corner a little bit. Just like that. Okay, so now that we have that, I can draw the fluff on the face. So I'm just going to make a layer above this, and we're going to turn down the opacity just a little bit and do it in red just so you can see it better. So when it comes to drawing fur, you want to keep in mind where it's going to be laying on top of. So it's going to be on the cheek area right here. So we want everything to follow this direction, right? But if you're gonna have it following this direction, that's great and stuff, but you can't just do like that. that just looks weird, or like that doesn't look like fur, obviously. So we're going to use a combination of two shapes. So the shapes that I like to use is this. So it's just a curve like that, and then a curve going up like that. And then the second shape is kind of like a claw shape like this. So if you just combine these shapes in the right way, you will have some fur. And you can also apply this to the hair as well. It works for any fluffiness you want to add to this character. So just keep that in mind, and let's draw some fur. So first I like to do a curved shape like this, pointing upwards from the top, and then I'm going to slowly start curving it downwards. Like that. Very fluffy, very good. Now I'm going to do the other side. So it's just going to be like same thing, just you won't see as much because it's behind the head, I guess. I don't know. So now that we have that fluff, I'm going to erase some lines just so that it blends in better. And now I'm going to merge these layers. And I also like to do, like I left this little line here, but I'm going to do a little bit like that just to separate the fluff from the cheek. And that comes in handy when it comes to shading, but we're just talking about sketching right now. And here's a little tip for you if you are drawing in multiple colors like I am right now. If you set your layer to Protect Alpha, and then press Insert while you have black selected, it will turn it all black. But just remember to uncheck Protect Alpha after you're done, so that you can actually edit the lines, because otherwise the way it works basically is it just locks to that. So if you wanted to change the color to red, you could do that, or just change it back to black. So just make sure you check that. So now I'm going to do a layer above it so I can draw the ears. So the ears are not necessarily going to be just a triangle like this, because that doesn't look very natural, but they basically are triangles, just more curved really. So I'm just going to do a shape. So if you need any help trying to position them, you can just imagine it like this. So draw like a line going up from the corner of each eye like that, and then the corner of the ears are going to be right there, around that area. It doesn't need to be exact. So let's just do a curved triangle like that. Awesome. Okay. And now for the other ear, I'm just going to do the same thing, facing the other way like that. So fluff at the bottom. There we go. So also I would like to mention, the longer that the fur is and the thicker it is, it's going to have bigger strands. So I imagine at the base of the ear, it's going to be a little bit fluffy, but it's not going to be like cheek fluff type fur. So I just use smaller and shorter strands of fur. And then at the corner of the ear, it's going to be a little bit fluffier. So I like to do it a little bit longer like this, and bring it up like that, and just curve it like this. And then you got an ear. And I'm just going to erase some of these lines so that the ears look like it's actually part of the head. And then I'm going to merge them. Protect Alpha, insert black. And I'm going to do a little bit of detail on the inside, so just from the bottom corner like this. Some curving shapes like that, and then bring it back like that, like a little eyeball shape. Okay, so we got our basic head going on here, so now I would like to draw the eyes, because right now they look kind of dead and a little bit scary. So I'm just going to make a layer above that, turn on the opacity. And now these shapes that we drew is going to help us figure out where the eyes should be, so I'm just going to do a shape like that. you can draw your eye shape however you want, but this is how I do it. And since this eye right here is further away from the viewer, it's going to be more squished like that. And now I'm going to just draw some basic pupils, so I'm just going to have them looking up like that. And you can make the pupils any size that you want, but I like to do it kind of like this. And then I'm just going to erase the guidelines underneath. Alright, now we can merge these layers and set it to black again. And just keep in mind that the top part of the eye is going to be thicker because there's eyelashes there. You can draw eyelashes if you want, but otherwise I just leave it like that, basically. And I'm just going to use the transform tool to just adjust the mouth a little bit. Like that. Okay, so we got a basic head going on here. I'm going to use the mesh transform tool a little bit. It might be called something different in your program, but I'm using Medibang, so it's just called mesh transform. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. It's just a way to easily adjust how your drawing looks without having to redraw everything. Obviously, if you're on paper, you're going to have to, but that's just how it is, I guess. So there we go. Easy adjustment, so it looks better now. I'm just going to move the eye a little bit. Move it this way a little bit. Alright, so now that we got the head, I'm going to draw the hair. So the hair is basically just think of it the same way as we thought about the cheek, except for this time it's going to be going around a shape instead of just a line. So I'm going to draw that basic shape for the hair, which looks very weird if you're taking it out of context, I guess. So you got this leaf-like shape, I guess, going on here. I'm just going to use this as our guide for the fluffiness. So, like I said, you can just use the same rule as drawing the cheek fluff. You're just going to be going around this shape. So I like to do one from the corner here, facing the opposite way. And then the rest are just going to follow it, but the top part, I like to make the top part face upwards like that. And then gradually just go to the corner, like that. So you can see it following that shape. And I'm going to go from the other corner right here, and just have some facing downwards. And then bring it back over to this. So there we go, we got some hair. And now I'm just going to move it to where I want it. And I'm going to erase the lines underneath. Just like this. And I'm going to have the ear in front of the hair like that. There we go, now we got some hair going on. Now, I feel like we are definitely missing something, and that something would be some eyebrows, so let's just add in some eyebrows real quick. There we go, the other eyebrow would be behind that hair, so I don't need to draw that, although if you wanted to, you could draw it like this. Up to you. Alright, so now that we got this face, I am going to do a quick neck, so the neck, I'm just going to do it, think of it the same way as we just did the hair. Basically, I'm going to draw this little triangle shape for the inside part, and then I'm going to do a guideline for the neck fluff, like this. And I'm just going to draw a very fluffy neck. You can draw it however you want, but I'm just going to do a really fluffy one because that's the fastest way, really. So let's just follow this shape with our basic fluffiness shapes. There we go. Now we can just get rid of that guideline and merge down like that. Awesome. So that's basically how I draw headshots. Let me know if you have any specific questions. I'm posting this to Patreon first, so if you want to get tutorials and stuff, and also speed paints and work in progress stuff and private live streams and stuff, you can join my Patreon. It is patreon.com/StardustFox. So go check that out, and hopefully I'll see you there. But otherwise, I will be posting these to YouTube like a couple weeks or so after I post them on Patreon. And there will also be exclusive stuff there as well. So hopefully this helped you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial when we talk about lines and coloring and shading and all that stuff. See you next time. Bye.